A water shortage continues to cause problems in Perry County, including at some local schools. And officials in Breathitt County met yesterday to discuss the status of their judge executive, who they accuse of having blatant disregard for the law.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. It is 4:59 on Tuesday, February 5th. I'm Will Puckett. Well, if you went to bed last night, you probably got a little bit of a rain shower to put you to sleep, which is what I went to sleep too. So that was nice, and it checks out on Brandon's forecast for yesterday. So let's bring him in on the fold. And Brandon, are we going to see more rain today, and about what time should we start to expect it?
Now, we're going to see it in scattered form starting now, and we're going to continue to see that throughout the daytime hours. So take the umbrella with you today. Maybe not an all-day rain, but again, it's around this morning. Let's take a look at the cameras, and you can see outside the camera corridor there, US 119, almost said I-75, US 119, US 23 at Jenkins. Pretty quiet this morning, but a few wet roads. Be careful of that. You can see spotty showers across most of the region this morning, especially in the eastern half of the state. Temperatures very mild, already in the 50s in all locations this morning, close to 60 in some spots. The out-the-door forecast as you head through time today, we are going to see temperatures climb into the 60s, but again, no relief when it comes to the showers. They're going to be around in scattered form throughout the day. Full forecast in a few minutes. Will?
Alrighty, Brandon, thank you. Well, new this morning, we are learning about a shooting and hostage situation in Southwest Virginia spanning 2 counties. The Dickinson County Sheriff's Office says Rocky Reynolds is charged with attempted first-degree murder and other charges. Police say he beat up and shot his girlfriend Sunday night on Tivis Ridge Road. Last night, Reynolds made his way to Buchanan County and barricaded himself inside the Appalachian Inn near Grundy. Sheriff Ray Foster says his deputies eventually went in and took him by force. We are told Reynolds also took a hostage, but that person was released and was not injured. He is being held in the Hayseed Regional Jail without bond. Also new this morning, at least 8 people are dead and more than 24 are injured following a fire that is being considered suspicious in Paris, France. It happened in an apartment building in the western part of the city. Firefighters spent the night trying to put out the fire and look for more victims. A woman is in custody in connection with the fire. Officials believe it may have been arson. Meanwhile, back here in Kentucky and in Perry County specifically, several water main breaks and leaks over the last several days led to Hazard City officials to issue a water supply emergency. Several parts of the county are without water still, including the Leatherwood community. WYMT's Justin Case went to Cornettsville Fire Department as they handed out cases of water to those in need.
Water is only one of the basic needs of life, but isn't really something you think about until you have to pick it up on a dolly.
You don't realize how important water is till it's gone.
Charles Bush is picking up water for his family. He remembers the outage that struck this area just last year for weeks on end.
Last year it seemed like it was about 2 weeks. I don't know for sure, but hopefully in a day or so they'll have this one back.
While it might affect your life in more ways than one, Bush is staying positive and thankful for the free water being handed out.
You don't have bath water and you don't have water to cook with, but we're appreciative of people doing this where we can have water.
And local teachers here are also staying positive, hoping this helps students who might miss classes otherwise.
We want our kids to come to school. Of course, we made it through the day. Everything went pretty well. A lot of kids stayed home, but I think it's really important that they come. I mean, it's nothing that we can't make it through the day.
Firefighters will be handing out water each day the outage continues. Brittany Williams says this helps make the situation a little easier.
I mean, it would be nice to be able to wash a few dishes. Of course, we have to take a bath, all that good stuff. But other than that, everything will be okay.
Finding positive ways of looking at inconvenient situations.
Cases of water will be handed out to anyone in need at the Cornettsville Fire Department every day the water is out. They are open from 4 to 8 each afternoon, except Tuesday. They will be open from 5 to 9 in the evening. Now, even with the shortage, classes continue at Leatherwood Elementary School. Educators are working to make sure students do not fall behind during a time when some schools close down. Officials at the school are finding creative ways to make sure students have access to hand washing stations and outdoor bathrooms while the school does not have running water.
They actually enjoy getting to you know, try something new, something cool. I think every student in the buildings wash their hands at least 10 times. They like the new systems.
Now, when it comes to cooking, Perry County school officials brought in their mobile kitchen and a few extra people to help out. The principal says there have been no major issues at the school because of the outage, but teachers do hope they have running water soon. Now, we're still trying to learn what happened following an emergency session of the Breathitt County Fiscal Court. The session yesterday morning was to address the county judge executive Jeff Noble for, quote, repeated violations of Kentucky revised statutes, and a blatant disregard for law and ethics, end quote. That never happened after a closed-door discussion between the 4 magistrates and the judge. He says the meeting blindsided him.
Yeah, the three of the magistrates came in and gave me a paper, and it had 9 o'clock on it, but it was already 8:40. When they came in for emergency meeting, they have to have an hour notification, so they moved the meeting up to 10.
Now, none of the magistrates that called the meeting wanted to talk with us on camera. Well, thank you for getting your day started with us right here on Mountain News this morning. Coming up, we will tell you how you can meet one of Kentucky's football's greatest players right here in the mountains.
Rain chances will be around again today, but overall, you really can't complain on all the forecast details in about 3 minutes.